So the Russells joined everything else. It's helped broaden out the rally. And as that continues into 2020, that can only be a bullish sign for the overall market.
Sure. Well, I also think what you saw is people realizing after the yield curve's inversion went back to normal that the market had legs and that go through the rest of the year not worried about a recession. If you hadn't been invested in the market, then perhaps the place to put money is where there was underperformance, and that would be the Russell 2000 and small cap names. So the inflow of money, new money coming in that was on the sidelines, I think went in that direction rather than to the winners who had, if you looked at Apple or Facebook, so high up. And also, if you're thinking about how to avoid that trade war headwind, you've got all the regional banks. You have a lot of smaller companies that do not have as much international exposure in the small cap sector. And so I think it's perhaps a safer place to put money now.
Yeah. So, Doc, we point out, OK, they've come alive. Mm-hmm. Joe rightly points out, yeah, but they're still over the longer term underperforming. Yet when people look at the small caps, they say they're trading at the biggest discount to big cap stocks since '03.
True.
Therefore, there's a lot more room to run in this space.
There very well could be, Scott. I'm lucky enough that because of the unusual activity selection process we use, I've got two names on my list that are on here because of basically unusual upside call buying by institutions. In other words, large blocks of options being accumulated. And in many cases, these stocks have already caught up because the institutions are in them. Like you say, there's an awful lot of stocks that are still way behind. And when the institutions get involved there, it's just, like in a crowded theater when you're running through one exit, Scott. You're going to have that flood of paper and cash into these names, which will lift them up very quickly, much quicker than their large cap counterparts.
Pete, let's play some ball in this space, right? If we think that there's some room to go, give me some names. Let's play.
Well, I'll give you two names that I own. I don't, by the way, just to qualify this whole thing, I don't look at people, stocks as small caps, all that kind of thing. I just look for what I think is quality names and see all the different reasons why, if they fall into the category of quality names. But in this space, Casey's is one of those that I really like a lot. This is something actually my daughter months ago, like about 6-8 months ago, said, hey, Dad, this is just an incredible play. I started looking into it. The more I looked into it, all of a sudden you look at a company that's got great growth and continues to move to the upside. Look at that chart. I mean, thank goodness for my daughter for pointing this one out to me, because this one's been great. The other one that I really like, Luckin Coffee. Now, what are they doing right? Well, they're attacking Starbucks in their own country, obviously, in China. So I think that they are very close to getting to be one of these companies that's going to be not just competitive, but maybe even start to take over a little bit with Starbucks when we look at the China markets, which is everybody's looking at for Starbucks. Where's the growth? It's in China. Well, and they've done a great job. But Luckin, I think, is one of the better names.